How do we know if what we're feeling is right or wrong? Is there a right or wrong in life, or is it just a perspective we're given based on how we were maybe nurtured or the nature we grew up in? It's a question I ask myself pretty often. Um, I just got out of a relationship, and whether I was in the wrong or she was in the right is it's not important. And if I sat here talking about it, it'd probably seem like there was a good guy or a bad guy, but I don't think there ever is. It's just two people going through life together. But she came back into my life again, and I gave it another chance. Which to some people it would seem like the wrong thing to do, or maybe the dumb thing to do. Oh, why go back to something that didn't work out before? But I didn't want to look back and regret the decision of not taking it, not taking that chance. And at the moment, I thought to myself, would the pain of not knowing what could happen outweigh the pain of knowing what could? Well, what if it could work out? What if it did work out? Would that outweigh everything? And looking at it now, I don't know if the choice I made was right or wrong. The good moments were good, the bad moments were bad. And when I look back, I think of the good, and I forget the bad. Why would I want to choose to remember the bad things? And I think it just ended up being another decision in my life, another decision I've made. Not that it was necessarily a good or bad decision. It was just a choice. And now that's something I have to live with. But how I live with it is also a choice. And that's a choice I have to make. And it's so easy to negatively think of our past partners or the past people who are in our lives that wronged us, that it didn't work out with. And sometimes it helps us get over it easier. Makes it easy to move on. But that's just temporary. Because why would you want to hate or think bad about the person that made you so happy at one point? That made you want to be better? And you know, people will say time will tell if the choices we make end up being good or bad. And I think that's wrong. Well, I think it's also right to a degree, but I think the choices you make are what you make of them. And I know it sounds redundant, but it's not some linear path, not just some straight thought process where you go from point to point in some highway. You go all over the place. You go up, you go down. You have good moments, you have bad. And of course, I'm not at the greatest moment right now. I'm upset. I'm confused. Sometimes I don't know why I chose to believe in someone that proved me otherwise before. Well, maybe I do. But sometimes I don't. Because we look back at the choices we make, and maybe we do something different when we're looking back at it. Like thinking of a better comeback when the moment's over. But that's the beauty of it. That in those moments you have to choose then and there. You can't just press an undo button. You can't just rewind it. In that moment, you have to do what you feels right, even if it may be wrong, and even if you hurt deeply. Just know that means you have loved truly. That it is a proof of your love. And maybe cut yourself some slack. We're all trying to do our best, and sometimes that's all you can do. Just you got to keep doing your best, and one day it'll come together and work out. It's not too much about that past moment, about somehow if it was right or wrong, but that it just is. It's just another moment in your life, or it just was, and now that time has passed, and you're still here, living life, doing the things you love to do, doing the things you hate to do. So I hope you're all right. I hope you do well. And to be honest, this video is more for me. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. But if you're here, I hope it was something for you too.